Welcome everybody to today's creativity session, a time to relax, a time to play, grab your beverage, and unwind with me. This demonstration will be provided on the Procreate app using an iPad. However, you can follow along with any drawing tablet or just a plain and simple brush with paints. New videos are put out every Tuesdays and Thursdays. Please subscribe and like the videos. Step number one, we're going to create a new canvas. You're going with a 16-inch width by a 20-inch height. Step number two, we're going to be downloading the template and the color palette from the description box below. Step number three, we're going to be doing the ocean floor. So with the painting, we usually start with the furthest aspect of the photo, which here is the ocean floor. I take a light blue color and I just fill in the whole canvas, and we're going to work from this. Next, I pick the third color on the palette, and I'm going to be filling in the left-hand side of the canvas. With this photo, the left-hand side is the darker side, and then we're going to leave the right-hand side lighter. Here I grab the smudge tool and I'm just lightly blending the colors together. We are going to be using the blur function, so this doesn't have to be too perfect. I wanted to add a little bit more darkness to the left-hand side. Step number 4, we're going to be painting in the Stingray. So we're going to insert the template and we're going to go to our layers and we're going to add a layer on top of our template. Again, very important. So I go with a base gray color and then I pick a lighter blue color. It's on the bottom of the palette towards the middle, and then a dark gray color towards the left-hand side. We're going to stick with the theme of the left-hand side being darker and the right-hand side being lighter. You'll see throughout the painting, I don't add too much detail to the Stingray. The Stingray is at the bottom of the ocean floor, and we're going to be adding water over top of it. We're going to be blurring him out a little bit, so there's no point in spending hours making the Stingray look perfect. We just want the base color and the base shape. So I took the smudge tool and I smudged all those colors together. There's a few shadowing aspects of my reference photo, so I'm just going around the wings of the Stingray here. And then I remove the template layer. So now we just have the ocean floor and the Stingray. You can select it and you can move it wherever you want on the portrait. I'm going to keep it centered. So it's looking pretty rough. I just go in with the smudge tool and we just fix a few spots. We blend in any harsh lines. Step number 5, we're going to be adding small water ripples. So we're going to add a layer on top of everything. So this is the third layer in your portrait. And then we take the first color on the color palette. We go to brushes in the painting section and we find the dry brush. The brush size is about medium size, and we're going to lightly stroke, very lightly, subtle ripples in the water, and we're going to go over top of the Stingray. I increase my brush size here and I add a different pattern towards the bottom left-hand side. So next I go back to layer number 1, so the ocean floor layer. I go into elements and I pick the cloud brush function. We're going to add, using the color white, a little bit of cloudiness behind the stingray and in front of the stingray. This just shows movement on the ocean floor, maybe some sand being kicked up. And then I just darken the edge of that. And then I take the smudge tool and I drag it as though it creates that motion of swirling on the ocean floor. Next, I take the second color from the color palette and I just carry those ripples to the top right-hand side. We're going to be smudging some of these, so if some of them look a little bit harsh, don't worry about it right now. I went back and I added a little bit of darkness again to the left-hand side. And I also added a shadow underneath the stingray. Step number 6, we're going to do the large water ripples. So I found a brush called Groovy in the vintage section. We're going to use a white color. So the first color on the palette. I added another layer, so layer number 4 on top of everything. And then with the maximum brush size, I created almost like these diamond shaped patterns. Very rough, very loose, and then I continued down with the ripples towards the bottom left. We go over top of the stingray, and then I took the smudge tool and I just loosened up some of those lines. Went back in with the white and I just put a couple more highlights. Step number 7 is final touch-ups. So I added more highlights on the right-hand side, just to lighten it up some more. So here's where I went into my layer number 3, whatever layer your stingray is on, and I lowered the opacity to about, I played with it here, and you can do whatever you like or whatever you think looks good. I picked about 80%. So that's it, everybody. That's my completed painting. If you liked the video, please give me a subscribe and a like. If you have any advice for me on how I can better my videos, please leave it down in the comments below. Thanks!